Okay, so we did send it out to attendees and non-attendees, and we got a fabulous response. We got 941 responses, which I think is really good. 712 were non-attendees, and then 229 were attendees. Go ahead and go to the next one. So this is just a kind of a picture showing you that we got a good response from our entire service territory. It wasn't like we had just one area that responded really well. We really did have a great response for all over the place. And then just kind of shows you the density in picture form. And then this is just talking about the number of annual meetings that everybody has attended. So this kind of looks a little, but the dark line is the blue line, and it shows that 64% of our members that attended have attended for more than 5 years. And then it was 46% in 2021. I'm not going to read all of these numbers, but you can see. Go ahead. The overall satisfaction with the meeting, we did have a 73% satisfied to very satisfied. So we did have an increase this year compared to last year. Slight, but it still was an increase. Satisfaction with the voting process, same thing, 79% were satisfied to very satisfied. We did have a tick up in the 5s, so that's always good. Next. The reason for attending the annual meeting is pretty consistent with years past. The bill credit and the food, it seems to be always the highest. And then likely to attend next year. So 96% said that yes, they would be participating next year. Important to offer the voting options than just at the annual meeting. Because if you look here, it shows that they're kind of the similar question, but having a voice in the co-op was huge, as well as electing the right candidates. So these numbers are very close from attendee and non-attendee. Okay. And then the preferred voting method. So 52% prefers to vote by mail, 37% by SmartHub or online, and then we had 10% that preferred to vote in person. So 90% prefer to vote online or the mail. So having that multi-platform is still a good option for us and what our members are wanting. The most important election considerations. So 62% was security, 62% convenience, 59% for non-biased election, and then 51% having multiple ways to participate, and then 15% was reducing the legal risk. So like we've seen, members want secure, convenient, and non-biased election process. The preferred method of communication, bill insert ticked up, and then email is pretty consistent. We have been doing, I'm sure you've probably all noticed, we've been doing a lot more email communication to the members, and the response that we're getting on the click rates and the open rates are, they're really increasing over the last 4 or 5 months. So that's definitely working.
What changed in that, Crystal, to see so many?
I think that we're just doing more. Abby and I just kind of, when we see something, we're like, oh, we think that should go to everybody. And it's super easy to do an email blast.
Yeah, more people are talking about
yes. it. Yeah. So we're going to continue with that trend.
Yeah, I think the word of mouth too. I mean, we've been doing this now for about 3 or 4 years now with inside information. I think people are starting to pick it up. What we learned at the very beginning was it's going to everybody's trash.
The emails have become more consistent and more often.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that once somebody opens one and it's something that's relevant to them, then they're like, oh, an email from inside information, but maybe that's something I actually really want to look at. Because the one we sent out for capital credits, we had like a 92% open rate on that one. And I think really that might have been the trigger of, oh, they're giving me money back. So what are we going to get now? Because it seemed like it's kind of been ticking up since that really huge response. And of course, the magazine is always high up there for members that don't have internet, or they just like to see the good old fashioned magazine. And then how did you hear about it? Obviously 75% was the magazine. A huge percent was by email. And then social media was a big one as well. And then preferred method of, I said that one. And then as you can see with the age demographics, we do have a large number of, 65 up that attends the meeting. But we are starting to see some, increases in the, 30 to 40 age as well. And then this is our quorum. So you can see that it did increase from 21 to 22. We went from 21.4 to 22.41. So we did have an increase in the attendance. And then the voting stats. So for 2022, we had 67% that was the paper, 29 for the Smart Hub and Web, 5% that was on-site. So that's where we get the 22.41. So it is going up.